So do not be afraid to use whatever means necessary to reach your goal. Good luck.
Welcome to Resident Evil 3 Mercenaries. This time we will be playing with Carlos. We are going to play Operation Mad Jackal the way that it was intended. To properly play Operation Mad Jackal, you choose your selected character, in this case Carlos, and we will be going around Raccoon City and rescuing hostages while trying to up the timer in order to get to the helicopter at the end and earn our freedom. So the locations of the hostages are Dario is in the gas station, the promotion girl, or the girl who is in the advertisement in the main game, is in the Raccoon press office. Brad Vickers is in the basement of the restaurant. Marvin from Resident Evil 2 is at the substation. UBCS member number 1 is at the sales office. And UBCS member number 2 is at Bar Jack. The mercenary people that you find, members 1 and 2, change depending on who you're playing as. So for Carlos, we will be rescuing Nikolai and Mihail. Every single hostage that you save will add an additional 20 seconds to your timer, and they will drop an item. The items that the hostages drop for each of the characters will be listed when we come up to them. Once you enter a room with a hostage, they will scream, and your character will hear it. If you do not hear a scream when you enter the hostage's room, that means that they would have already died. Hostages can die if you do not reach them within a certain time. In order to make sure that you reach the hostages alive, you must rescue Dario within 2 minutes, Brad within 4, Marvin within 6 minutes, the promo girl within 9 minutes, UBCS member number 1 in 12 minutes, and UBCS member number 2 within 14 minutes. In addition to this, there are various checkpoints throughout the Mercenaries mode. Running up to each of these and tapping X or cross on the controller will add additional time to the timer. So, the 6 checkpoints are the alley behind the newspaper office, giving you 2 seconds, the restaurant table where the powder is in the main game will give you an additional 4 seconds, the low voltage room at the substation will give you 8 seconds. The alley where the fire hose is attached with bolts will give you 16 seconds. The residential alley where zombies were blocked by the barricade will give you 32 seconds, and the Y-shaped alley where you find the shotgun in the main campaign will give you 64 seconds. In order to get the full bonuses, you must touch every single checkpoint. Carlos is a very balanced Mercenaries character. Mihail is the easiest Mercenaries character because he has the shotgun, which is good for killing large groups of enemies, the rocket launcher, which is great for taking out Nemesis, and the Magnum, which is great because it's the Magnum. And Nikolai is on the other end of the spectrum, where he's the hardest mercenary because he only has the knife and the handgun. Carlos has two rapid-firing weapons. He has the assault rifle, which you cannot find ammo for anywhere else in Mercenaries except for the 100% clip you start with, and the handgun with the scope on it, which makes for increased accuracy when shooting at zombies. You can actually just tap the L1 button on the controller in order to switch who you're aiming at without having to let go of the aim button. A technique I find very helpful when fighting hunters as Carlos is to aim the assault rifle and then move the assault rifle up and down, or to the middle and down and then up again in a wave pattern to stun the hunters. Now, I did get a comment on the previous video about how to get a specific type amount of money through the ranking system, and the answer is it varies, because you can do the exact same type run and there will always be some level of variance with how the money is calculated. You can save the same amount of hostages, touch a specific number of checkpoints, do all the same combos, and you will get some variance every single time with how the end result ranking is calculated. Previous videos I did show the wikihow.com bonus money you get for the enemies that you kill, getting bonuses there, and combo modifiers, so please check out the other videos if you'd like to see that. But it really does depend, depending on what platform you're playing Resident Evil 3 Mercenaries on. It depends on the character. My personal hypothesis for why this is has to come down to the timer itself. So it doesn't just stop at full seconds, it goes to the 10th of a second and then, well, 100th of a second actually. Goes down to the 100th of a second. So because that can always change ever so slightly, that might be what causes those different values. Also, speaking of the previous videos, I would like to say thank you for all the support and all the engagement that the previous Mercenaries video and the Resident Evil 3 Nemesis videos in general have been getting. I really do love the Resident Evil series. I have the entire trilogy on my computer, so if you have any challenge run suggestions or even other Resident Evil games you'd like to see on the channel, please comment down below and just let me know. I will try my best to play through those games and try to find out a whole bunch of information or share whatever information I do know about those games. This concludes the Resident Evil 3 Mercenaries runs. If you enjoy Mercenaries runs, I recommend you check out my Resident Evil 4 Mercenaries videos. And I'd like to thank you all for watching, and have a nice day.